Hey there, I'm Mary. I'm your host today, and this is Maddie. And we thought it might be fun to show you how we construct this costume from start to finish. And what we were going to do today is we're working on a costume for an opera that Maddie is costuming mostly, but I'm just doing this one little bit.
It's a lot of big.
Yeah, well. So do you want to tell us about the opera?
The opera is Marta by Flotow. It's an opera that's set in the late 18th century, about around 1780. It's a lovely little, typical opera story. People pretending to be other people, falling in love, going, "Oh no, I can't marry you because you're the wrong person," who they turn out to be the right person. Yeah, it's all very, very cute, lovely story, and we have a fantastic cast with Lyster Opera Company, and yeah, so I'm having great fun costuming. But Mary has offered to help me do a few of the costumes because the fabric was on her side of the country.
And then I stupidly bought it and couldn't work out how to get it to the East Coast without a lot of trouble because it's very heavy. So then I just suggested, how about I make them for you? Because Maddie's done an awful lot of costumes for this, and I had a bit of time when I offered. I had a bit of time. I've got a bit of time now. So, yeah, we'll get it done. So what are we making? What am I making?
So you're making the court gowns and then the habits that go over to do the final scene when they've gone hunting in the woods, which sort of brings out all the storylines together.
Right. What country are we set in? France?
It's actually set in Ireland, weirdly, but we're not really basing it strictly to period, to place, because it gives the impression of being sort of just anywhere in a European sort of country, countrified area. So
all right, because I was looking at writing habits. I know the ones that you've put up on Pinterest, but we've also there's quite a difference between the sort of the British and the European at that time in history.
Yes, there is. So technically, obviously, Ireland at the time ruled by the British, but as I say, we're not keeping it strict to that. We're just giving the feel of the period and the general area.
Right. So, how do you want it constructed? Because when I went looking, most of the ones I saw, and there's a lot of military at that time.
Yes.
So there's a lot with, lots of the military decorations on the front. Some are high necked, some are V necked. But what I found mostly when I was looking was that they seem to be a skirt and a blouse and a waistcoat and then a jacket.
Yeah, so I think we'll probably have to do that either as a straight jacket that just does up, or as the vest jacket fake into one piece. They've got quite a quick change.
Right, that was my next question. How fast?
Yeah. And I think the dress has to go, the riding habit will go over the underskirts that I've already constructed. So they're already there. So it'll be just jacket off, their peasant outfit off, underskirt, riding habit on over it.
How long do you want the jacket part?
Better the longer. Sort of, there's ones that are sort of almost knee length, and I think that's an awkward length to sort of work
to ride in. It would be awful to ride
in. Yes. Yeah, so not that they're actually riding, but
yeah.
I think that there's just the peplum look gives a much cleaner line.
So you want a big peplum?
Yeah.
The big peplum?
Yeah, that sort of, sort of.
Well, I'm going to draw something so we can make sure we're all all on the same page. And do you want the two costumes to be different?
Yes.
Like the two girls?
Yes, yeah. They're obviously they're best friends, but they're
Right.
not going to go to the same dressmaker. I want a pink and a blue.
Right.
They're going to go, oh no. I mean, one of them is Lady Harriet, and the other one is Nancy. It kind of gives you, whilst they're comparable, Nancy is obviously not quite the same level as Lady Harriet.
All right. So what do you have you got any ideas for the two of them? How you want each of them to look in this?
I would like for Harriet, I would like, if possible, the jacket and waistcoat look, and the other one with even a double-breasted or a button through.
So the waistcoat is going to be a false waistcoat?
Yeah, I think that's...
Is that going to be the easiest way to do it?
Yes, because you've got to get that changed up.
And do you want to... Sorry, it's itchy. And do you want a false shirt as well? Or
yeah.
How do you want to do that?
If that's the easiest way to construct it, yes, that's probably the best. Otherwise, we could just do a petty front, one like we did all those years ago.
I think it might be easiest to connect the shirt to the waistcoat and the waistcoat to the jacket. So you've got, basically it's mostly a jacket with a false waistcoat front and a false collar bit. Because you won't see anything else of the shirt, right?
No, you won't.
And if the shirt's going to have like a top knot or a tie of some sort?
Yeah, a tie or
a brooch or...
brooch with a jabot or something to finish it off.
Because again, it's going to be easier if you put a big puffy, like a big puffy bow or something on the top, and then a brooch in the center. You can just like
hide
press stud or Velcro or something. So I'm just going to draw the basic, and then you can reform it as we go.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can get a camera on this. Probably not.
Need one of those little pen ones like Susie Dent has.
I need a camera on top of my pencil. And the skirts are like big bloomy ones, aren't they? Black bloomy.
Yes, bloomy. I haven't gone panniers simply because of constrictions.
Well, you wouldn't with a riding habit.
No. So because they're in small theatres, in church halls, it's a travelling opera company, so they could be turning up and finding that all they have is a single doorway to get through. So whilst the skirts are quite puffy, they're just tulle, so they compress down and spring back.
Oh, right. That's very cool.
Yes, that was...
that's really handy, actually.
I've done it with this company before with full crinolines, and she literally had to do the sideways through doorways and pull her through thing. Not a good look.
That's ridiculous.
So, yeah. So now I know to just do tulle that goes down and back out again.
Yeah, that sounds much more sensible. So I'll make it more a drapey sort of skirt. It's more, it's full at the top, but it sort of drapes. Okay.
Yeah.
The jacket, what sort of collar do you want on? Does it have any collar or anything? The ones that open?
I would like Lady Harriet's on, if you can have with the vest. If you can do it with Revere's, that would be great. Just to keep that military sort of, look about her.
Yeah.
And so a softer line on Nancy.
I think you probably need Revere's on the waistcoat.
Yes, that's it.
Bit. So you may not need them on the coat bit. Sorry, I'm just looking at some while we're chatting. There's some very interesting, weird. I would not have ever designed anything like that ever in my life. Weird ones. Like there's one that there's one that comes in from the collar, meets at the breastbone and then comes out again, and the waistcoat underneath it is white, and you go, it looks like she hasn't tucked herself in.
Yeah, it does. I know the one exactly, and it just looks like, is your corset exposed? That just looks
What's that white bit there? It's just so stupid.
Yeah, I've seen the same one, same design, but with like a pinstripe vest underneath, and that looks really elegant. So
yeah,
it's kind of funny.
It can be done. So do you want it to be straight down at the front, or do you want the front pieces to curve out a bit, like a cutaway? It reminds me of sort of 1901, sort of, with that.
Yeah,
they had those little crop jackets. Do you want it like that or not?
I don't really think so. I think I like it.
Might be hard to put a peplum on it. That's what I was going to look at. How they do the sleeves. Oh, they're really kind of straight, aren't they? Straight and boring.
Yeah, I think they're just a two-piece plain sleeve.
Okay.
Some seem to have cuffs on them if they're the really militaristic ones. But no, they all seem fairly plain. I guess if you're hunting, you'd have if you're hunting with hawks, you'd have a gauntlet on, so it wouldn't matter what.
Oh, that's pretty. Have you got gauntlets?
Somewhere, yes.
It just sounds so nice. That'd be lovely.
Yeah. Yes.
All right, so far, this looks like that.
Yes.
Really basic.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What sort of, so you want those big wide peplums?
Yeah.
And you want them to sort of wave, like be like fluted a little bit?
Oh. Yes. Yeah, like that. That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
Jacket wise, so if we put lapels on the waistcoat,
yes,
are they high? Are they sort of high V's on those waistcoats?
I think they are.
Or can't you tell because there's like a big jabot stuck on top of it?
Yeah, you can't. Yes, you can't really say, but I would say they would sit just above the.
Yeah, I mean, if we're really going to go fast, it depends on how much time I've got, I guess, for you. But if we want to go really fast, I would just hide all of it under a big jabot thing, and you can't tell whether it's got revers or not. I just do it straight. You want a V on the waistcoat so it covers the skirt?
Yes.
The bottom.
So it has to cover the corset as well. Yeah.
And do you want like lots of buttons and then every second one is a sham button?
Yeah. Definitely. But if you're running short of time, I can sew those on when
I'll just throw them in a bag and throw them out.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Gorgeous.
Okay. Yeah, maybe a review on the coat.
Yeah. I don't know if the vest has it, I wouldn't put it on the jacket. I'd make it to one or the other.
Do you want trim on it then?
Yeah.
All right. So like that.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So this is Harriet. The jacket is the velvet bit, right?
Yes. The skirt that you will see with the riding habit is the underskirt from the first dress, from the satin dress. You're jumping up and down when you're writing, when you're drawing. Your camera is jumping up and down.
Stop. Thank you. It's just a bit of entertainment, Boring while I'm making pictures over here.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks pretty. Amazing how much better it looks once it's got a bit of colour in it.
Always.
What colour do you want the waistcoat then?
Using quite a bit of fawn and those sort of to indicate country people. So I guess you could tie that back together.
Well, once we get this form, I'll have a look and see. I'll give you some pictures of it, like the jacket, and then we'll put a few pieces of fabric underneath and see if they're going to work for you.
Yeah, I like it. It's strong, no nonsense. Yeah, very much Harriet.
Yeah. Nice. That's Harriet. Nancy's going to be all buttoned up.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want it a high collared button up so we go all the way up to the top?
May as well. Yeah.
Because what I could do is to suggest that there's a blouse underneath, I could just put like a piece of like lace trim or something just poking out under the top of the collar.
Yes.
Okay. And what sort of peplum do you want on this one?
Can we do, I don't want to use the term, but can we do something more like a high-low so it actually dips down to the back so it's longer? Just give her a bit more height, I think. Not really. The girls are all three of them are really tall, but yeah, just elongate her a little bit.
So you want it sort of curving from the front down to the back?
Yes.
The lower at the baseline at the back, at the centre back.
Yeah. Yeah. In my head, I'm imagining it spread out over a horse. You know how they sit over the back of a horse. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the other one's just going to the same length on the peplum, and this one's going to be graded. Is that right?
Okay. Yes.
Can I do 2 little buttons on the back?
Oh yes.
Do you want it split? Do you want like a split in the tail, or do you want it just one sort of nice fluted sort of foldy tail?
Yeah, hers I'd like to just have one continuous. No split in hers. Harriet's, you could put a split in the back and do those cute little military.
Oh, okay.
What's the word for it? You know that bit.
Do you want the front of the jacket to?
Well, this one we're going to go right up with. Yeah.
I was just trying to work out how to add the peplum to it. So it'll just, what I'll have to do is just button it further down, and then the bottom of the buttoning will be the start of the peplum.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm putting lace at the top of the collar.
Yes.
Just to suggest. Do you want cuffs coming out of the sleeves, or she wouldn't have a falcon?
The same. Yeah. Yeah. Might put the same lace to echo
at the base of the Okay. Well, yeah. So if I could even just make you false cuffs, and you could just shove them up there.
Yeah.
Or so on. If I give them to you as false cuffs, like elasticated cuffs, and then if you want them attached, you can just attach them. Do you want like lots of buttons, but every second one's false?
Yes. Yeah. Cute.
Okay. And that's the blue velvet. The shoulders are sloping too much. I'm not happy. Where's her deportment classes? There we go.
Took lessons from Richard,
and
but who knows?
Do you need any trim on this one? Because I haven't left any room for any. So if you want some, it would probably have to be like straight stripes down the front or something like that. Rather than follow the line because the buttons are there.
Yeah. I'm happy with hers being a bit plainer, but if you feel when you're making it that it needs something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that then.
As far as sort of other puts together, other, what's the word?
Fussy stuff.
Fuzzy stuff. Mostly I've done blue is with silver and pink is with gold, but it's
Okay.
not the end of the world.
I mean, you could just have it.
Mostly because I'm really over pink and silver. Let's be honest.
Gee, why? You could have an edging on the edge of the peplum and on the cuffs.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and then yeah. And then you've got that for the back.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's their riding habit. Call that one a good start, and then we'll come back when I've got more to show you, and then we can talk about adding the trims and the false bits and stuff like that. All right. Alrighty. See ya.